Louisiana faces a potential drinking water crisis. Millions of people there get their fresh water from the Mississippi River. But the summer drought sharply lowered the river's water level, and now that threatens to allow salt water from the Gulf of Mexico to contaminate the drinking water supply. Not good. Omar Villafranca is in New Orleans, where the threat is the highest. Omar, good morning to you. What can you tell us?
Good morning. You may be wondering why saltwater contamination is such a big issue down here. Here is the short answer. Local facilities here can't treat water with a high salt content. It's corrosive to pipes, and that makes metal leach into the water, and that makes the drinking water bad. But the Army Corps of Engineers has been working to prevent this problem since July. In the southernmost stretch of the Mississippi River, trouble is brewing. Is it panic mode yet, or is it just preparation time?
We're in the preparedness and awareness. What we want to make sure is everybody knows what we're facing.
What they're facing is something called a saltwater wedge. Extremely dry conditions along the Mississippi River have dropped freshwater levels and currents to historic lows, threatening water treatment facilities along the river.
The only thing that will fix the saltwater intrusion problem is rain. We need to get more water in the river.
The Army Corps of Engineers says the saltwater has so far moved about 70 miles up the river from the Gulf of Mexico and is predicted to hit Belle Chase in southern New Orleans by the middle of next month. How is the saltwater able to push through the freshwater?
So the saltwater is very dense, and it crawls along the bottom of the river. So when there's not enough flow from the Mississippi River will go over it. It'll go on the top, and the saltwater will continue to climb along the bottom of the river.
In July, the Corps constructed an underwater sill, or levee, meant to block the flow of salt water. But the sill was overtopped last week. Engineers are working to increase its height by 25 feet. But that is not expected to hold back the salt water for long. In New Orleans, bottled water has turned into a hot commodity, with some store shelves nearly empty.
I've been out since early this morning. Nothing on the store shelves. Don't know when they're going to get anything in.
Further south in Plaquemines Parish, there have been drinking water advisories in place since June.
There is not one thing that's going to solve this challenge for us. It's going to be a combination of lots of different efforts.
That could include transporting tens of millions of gallons of fresh water daily to nearby water treatment plants to dilute the salty water. How basic is water back in the kitchen?
Well, obviously, it's important in the kitchen. Stocks, soups, dishwashing. I mean, we use a lot of water.
But Donald Link, who co-owns 7 restaurants in New Orleans, including Cochon, isn't panicking. He says after numerous devastating hurricanes, the BP oil spill, and COVID, people here are used to adversity.
You just go right into planning mode.
So what is your planning mode right now?
Well, planning mode right now is that, I've had the conversations, and it seems to me like we have time. So we start looking at sourcing if we need to buy bottled water. I'm hoping we never get to that point.
Local and state officials are coming up with some just-in-case solutions, like tapping into another freshwater supply farther upstream and even bringing millions of gallons of water downstream by barge to the plants. And they're making these just-in-case plans because there's no rain in the forecast, no major rain for the upper parts of the Mississippi River.
Omar, thank you.